And in the time restraints that I've got tonight, I'm going to do the best that I can to share with you the power of the pay plan, excitement around the pay plan, and the reason why I firmly believe we've got the best pay plan in the industry of direct sales. And I'm going to share with you as I talk about this. I'm going to highlight the reason why this is so amazing. Tonight, I'm going to be asking some questions as I go over this to encourage you to make sure that kind of you're paying attention, number one, but number two, I want to make sure that you really can wrap your head around this as well. So I'm gonna kind of quiz some of you throughout the pay plan. So let's go over it. Okay. I like that when we start off with this simple fact about about success, right? And it's the power of the penny. If you were to double a penny every day for 30 days, what would happen? Right. This I love. I was shown this my very first event that I went to in this profession 30 years ago. And I continue to share it with people because it's so powerful. But if you look at day one, you're looking at 1 penny, 2 pennies, 4 pennies, 8 pennies, 16 pennies. Nobody's excited about 16 cents, right? But what happens is if you stay consistent by day 10, you're at $5.12. Now we're starting to get somewhere, right? And then by day 15, you're at $163. Okay. But you've got to keep on doubling that penny. You got to keep on keeping on, right? You got to stay consistent, right? It's about being consistent, not consistently inconsistent, right? You want to keep on keeping on. And by day 20, you're at over 5,000. By day 25, you're at 167,000. And by day 30, you're over 5.3 million. So the way I look at it is this is just like our pay plan. If you just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, the work you do your first 30 days, you might not be fired up about it. I know that my first 30-day check, I was not excited about when I got into Riman. Okay. I was a senior manager. Everybody I recruited was a senior manager. I got started senior manager, and everybody I brought in got started senior manager. And my first check, was not amazing. But I called Danny Bay, my sponsor. I said, "Whoa, bro! I just did. I think it was like 75,000 in volume or whatever." I go, "My check's not exciting." He goes, "Trust me, you're now a team leader. Your next, your next check's going to be through the roof." And sure enough, my next check was absolutely through the roof. And I just kept on putting one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. And then after 6 months, we were able to get our income up to a six-figure month income. And it was because of consistency, right? And that's what this power of a penny displays, right? It's all about consistency. So the most common pay plans in our profession, okay, is basically there's a stair step differential, right? That's the comp plan that we have. We've got a differential comp plan. The second most popular comp plan is a Unilevel. We've got a Unilevel compensation plan. Okay. A coded or a breakaway program. Okay. Coded is where in a breakaway, what happens is in that comp plan, you don't want to share that business. You don't want to share your opportunity with your best people when you get started, because if you're basically at a certain code, you're always going to be at that code. Meaning, like if you are a planner, when you recruit somebody, you're always going to get planner pay on those people, right? So that's got a flawed comp plan. Really, people don't really do that too much anymore. And then a breakaway comp plan is where when somebody hits the same rank as you, they break away and they're no longer in your organization. So that's a very flawed comp plan. People don't do that anymore. A binary and a matrix, very binary was very popular for about 15 years until everybody discovered that they don't work, right? And every binary that was happening is pretty much gone, right? There's not any binaries left. I had an argument yesterday with a top professional in the industry. I try not to argue with people. He's like, "Well, how do you explain USANA?" I say, USANA is not a binary, bro. I go, you get maxed out at 2,000 on one business center, and then you have to do what, right? You have to get it at reentry and build it all over again. So, I go, that's not a real true binary, right? But a binary limits you, and as it grows, you have to pay less out, right? And then a matrix is something where you've got to put people in a row. You got to put two in, then you got to stack people under them and stack people under them. 2, 4, 6, 8, like it kind of grows like that. Very flawed comp plan as well, because you have to help people that necessarily don't want to help themselves, and it really drives the wrong behavior. The stair step differential, by far my favorite comp plan, because it's true to life, right? Any of you that are parents, right? When I have kids, right, when they're babies, I have to do everything for them. So when you hit like a team leader, a director, or whatever, one of those positions, you sponsor a brand new person, they're not making too much at the beginning, but as they grow, they start making more money. And it's important for people to realize when people get started, they need support, right? I was talking to somebody that is in Riman. They're like, why don't we pay the new people more? I said, that's fine, but you have to pay the team leaders less. And I go, the new people need support when they get in. Once they hit manager, once they hit senior manager, now they're making great money, right? So obviously, once they hit team leader, they're making a ton of money. We'll go over that tonight. And then obviously, Unilevel drives building depth, right? So let's talk a little bit more about this, okay? I'm going to share with you first some important terms to remember. Okay. This is very important. There's something called SP. What's that? Right. That's sales points. Okay. You're going to want to become very, very familiar with that terminology. Sales point, that's the points on the product for rank advancing in the program and also for maintenance. And just so you're aware, that runs about 90% on the US dollar, right? And then you've got BP, right? Which is business points. Okay. And those are points on products that we promote, obviously, for pay. We get paid on business points, and business points are right around 70% US dollar, right? Active customers is somebody that is purchased in a calendar month. So an active customer is someone that's purchased in a calendar month. So anybody that's made a purchase, that's going to be considered an active customer, okay? In that month. Now, if one customer buys twice, that's still only one active customer, okay? But you'll understand why those are important. Very important to understand what a lifetime customer is. Those are customers that have opened a customer account. So, for instance, if I sell this at a K-pop up or at a one-on-one or whatever, and I sell somebody one of our Riman products, and I give it to them, they give me cash or they give me a check, which most people just do in America, Venmo, right? But anyways, or one of those, different people use different pay structures, Zelle, whatever it is. But what happens is the company wants me to do what? Open a customer account for them. So it's very easy for them to reorder. And that customer account is basically their name, their email address, and that's about it, right? So it's a free account to open up. That's a lifetime customer. When the lifetime customers, when I got my lifetime customers, I just called up my sister and said, "Hey, do me a favor. Just got started a business. If you want to buy something, great. If you don't want to buy something, doesn't matter to me. Just do me a favor. Open up a lifetime customer account for me. So if you want to order some down the road, you can get it. It's free. Just your name and your email address. Don't worry about it. It's going to help me out a lot. I need to get 10 of these to be able to get a promotion. Do this for me, right?" It was super simple. So I just got a bunch of 10 lifetime customers real quick. And lifetime customers are important, and 10 is a very magical number. We'll talk about why in a minute. Now, we have something above and beyond the compensation plan that everybody gets excited about. This is perfect for super sellers, okay? So basically, it's called the top retailer bonus, and it's an extra pay on your retail customers, okay? So a retail customer is someone that buys through a customer portal. Everything else is basically if you buy as a planner, right? That's not a retail customer. So if I buy from my own account, that'll count for personal SP. Okay, that for my requirements for the month for this bonus, but I'm not going to get paid extra pay on that on the retail customers. That's why it's called top retail bonus. Okay, so you earn 5% if you acquire 2,000 in personal SP a month with the minimum of 20 lifetime customers. Remember, lifetime customers are free accounts. Now, 10% is earned with 4,000 in personal SP. Okay, 4,000 personal SP for the month and a minimum of 40 lifetime customers. Okay. Some people are more into team building. Some people are more into customer acquisition. Some people are into both, right? So we've got a lot of super sellers in the organization that just love to sell the products. Okay. So they absolutely love this part of the program. Okay. Now let's talk about Unilevel bonus. Okay. The Unilevel bonus is very new. It's an exciting part of our compensation plan, but it's an extra override on levels of the organization based on what rank you are. Okay. In order to qualify for this, you have to get 1,000 in personal SP every month. Okay. And have a minimum of 10 lifetime customers. Okay. So the personal SP, very easy to understand, right? That's anything that you sell or buy. Okay. So when most people get started, they'll get 1,000-point package or a 1,500-point package right out the gates because all they got to do is now get 10 lifetime customers, which takes 30 minutes. And then what happens? Then they're getting paid extra money on their first month, right? And obviously, the more products that you buy, the more easy it is to get customers, right? And moving forward. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what the Unilevel looks like. Okay. So basically, the planner, okay, and I don't know where the heck is the thousand. Oh, okay. I do not know why it doesn't say. Okay. Anyways, the thousand, the planner one, I apologize. I didn't put it on here, but oh my goodness, I'm apologizing you guys back and forth. Okay. So the planner needs to get 1,000 in personal SP and 10 customers. So it's the same all across the boards, whatever rank you're at. Okay. I'm sorry I didn't put it in there. Oh my God, I keep pushing the button. You guys are literally gonna hurt me. Okay. So for planners and managers, they're going to get 5% level one, 5% level two. Okay. Now, when you're a senior manager with 1,000 in personal SP, or if you're a manager with 3,000 in personal SP and 30 lifetime customers, you're going to get paid on levels one, two, three, and four. Okay. So obviously 5%, 5%, 3%, 3%. Now, if you're a team leader with 1,000 in personal SP and 10 lifetime customers, you're going to get paid on six levels. Okay. Or if you're a senior manager or manager that's really good at getting personal SP, you have 5,000 in personal SP and 50 lifetime customers, you're going to get paid 5%, 5%. You're going to get that same pay. So you can be a team leader with 1,000 SP or a senior manager, basically with the 5,000 in personal SP and 50 customers, you're going to unlock the team leader pay. A director, 1,000 SP, same thing, senior director. On senior director, when you hit senior director, your levels four and five go up to 4%, 4%, right? And then national director with 1,000 points, you get 5%, 5%, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So as you rank advance, you're going to get paid more on your unilevel bonus. Everybody loves that part of the program. Okay. The best part of this program is the 1,000 in personal SP. I was talking to somebody that's new and they said, Tim, that's a lot of customers. I said, that's a lot of money they're paying out. If you build a big organization, let's say like my organization is like over 100,000 people, okay, or close to it. When you have 100,000 people in your organization, do you want them all trying to get 1,000 in personal SP, or do you want them trying not to do anything? It's kind of a no-brainer, right? So I don't mind getting 1,000 SP. Why? Because I love to share these products with people, right? And all the customers I get, they want to reorder. So I just call them up, and sometimes I'll give them a bonus, right? I'm like, hey, if you buy this, I'll give you this on top of it, right? And I'll use products to incentivize my customers to reorder, right? It's my own business. I can do whatever I want to do. So basically, this is the Unilevel. Now, let me put it into perspective, okay? Let's say that on level one, you have three planners. You teach them to get three. And now, in order to get three planners are going to duplicate, you might need to recruit 10 people, right? You never know. Because some people are going to tell you, oh, I'm serious. And then next thing you know, they're not so much all about that, okay? So say you're a team leader and you're at 5%, 5%, 3, 3, 3. If you have three planners that get three planners, that's nine planners. If they introduce three, that's 27, 81, 243, 729. Basically, that's a total of 1,092 planners. If you teach your team how to get 1,000 in bonus points every single month, your paycheck is going to look like this. Okay. About 33,000 a month just off of that portion of the payout. Okay. That's very powerful. Mainly once you understand matching bonuses, that means another 85% in matching bonus of that 33,000 is paid out again. So I'll talk about how that works at the very end. But the compensation plan is so rich. Okay. Obviously, 555, 333, that's 22%. Okay. Extra payout. They just added this about 6, 7 months ago. Now, if you teach everybody how to do less, instead of getting 1,000, teach them how to get 100, you're going to get about 3,300 a month. That's why you want to teach everybody to go above and beyond. Would you rather have an organization of 1,000 people getting 100 BP and not qualifying for their Unilevel, or a group or a team of 1,092 people that are all getting 1,000 BP a month? Obviously, that automatically qualifies you for your Unilevel as long as they have their 10 lifetime customers. And guess what? Boom, you're making 33,000. Think about how powerful. How's that? How are you going to feel? Maybe it takes you 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to build up a $33,000 a month residual. This is true residual, right? Because that's building a nice size organization. If I showed you what 555 is, you would be blown away. I'm not going to do that tonight. But imagine that you taught everybody how to get 2,000 in BP, right? You taught everybody how to make sure no matter what they get that extra retail bonus. Guess what? You're making 66,000 a month. How would you like to make 66,000 a month? What would change in your life, in fact, if you were making 66,000 a month? Think about that. Okay. Now let's get more excited. Okay. That's just the Unilevel. Let's talk about all these compensation plan. This compensation planner. Let's talk about the planner rewards. When you first get started, right, you can start as a planner, manager, senior manager. Okay. Now, if you start as a planner, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Okay. It's a great place to start. You're just going to work your way up. It's going to happen. And you're going to get 10% commission on the BP of your personal sales. Okay. And you're going to get a 10% rebate on the personal purchase of your sales. What a rebate is 50% free product credit and 50% cash back. Okay. So you would get basically 5% cash back and 5% Riman dollars that you can use for what? More purchases of product. Why do you want to have more product? That's how you build your business, right? I mean, it's like literally fine skin, put this product on them, and guess what? Cha-ching, right? Now, when you recruit a first level planner, you're going to get a 5% override on your first percent planner of whatever they buy or sell. Okay. So whatever they buy or sell, you're getting 5%. Now, if you unlock your Unilevel, okay, you're going to get 5% on your level one. So you're doubling your money there. And on your level two, in this part of the program in the differential, you don't get paid on level two. But over here, you're getting paid an extra 5% on your level two. That's the reason why the majority of people, when they get started, will pick 1,000 or 1,500 point set because they want to get that extra 5% on month one. Because month one is when you're really recruiting your most, right? You got a fresh market, nobody's been talked to, and you're excited and you're like, let's go, right? So you're recruiting like crazy because you want to promote yourself to the next rank. Okay. So let's say that I'm going to give you a hypothetical example. If you acquired 15 customers at 200 BP on average, you're looking at what? Is that right? 3,000? Yeah, because it's 200. So you'd have basically 3,000 BP. And let's say that you're getting 10% off of that. That's 300. But you also, because you got 3,000, you qualified for what? The top retailer bonus. So you're getting an additional 5%. Okay. So basically what happens is you're getting paid on your top retailer bonus, right? Top retailer bonus is 300. Then you get 300 on your 10%, 150 on your top retailer bonus. So you're getting a total of $450 for acquiring 10 customers at 200 BP. So you want to, when you get started, start finding people with skin immediately, right? Because they're going to fall in love with the glow. They're going to get so many compliments and they're going to want to reorder over and over and over again. Okay. So let's talk about the override. Okay. Hypothetically, let's say that you had a level one planner that acquired 10 customers at 300 BP on average. You're getting 3,000 BP times 5%, 150. If you unlock your Unilevel, right? Now, how do you unlock your Unilevel? How much BP? Let's see anybody in the chat. You guys see how many people are paying attention. Okay. How many people would you need to get? How much volume? How much SP would you need to get to unlock your Unilevel? Anybody remember? 1,000 in SP. Okay. Remember that. 1,000. Yep. There you go. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm seeing it. Now, how many lifetime customers? Now, remember, lifetime customers are free. It's not a situation. Boom, 10. You guys got it. Oh, good. I'm glad. You guys probably already knew that though. I'm like, yeah, I'm teaching people. And you're like, dude, I've been in the business for 6 months, Tim. I know all this stuff. You guys. But the new people, it's glad to see somebody knows it, right? So it's very important to make sure you help people when they get started unlock that Unilevel. That's why everybody gets that 1,000 or 1,500 BP or SP set whenever they get in, right? Because they automatically are in position to do that. Help them knock out their 10 lifetime customers though, and then bam, they're in business. Okay. So manager qualifications. How do you go from planner to manager? Very simple. Let's talk about it. 3,000 in SP. Okay. From your personal purchases and products you personally sold. So anything that you sell or buy. Okay. From yourself and your level one planners. Okay. It's got to be done within 3 consecutive months. Within 3 consecutive months, you got to acquire 3,000 SP within 3 months. So let's say that you got started in November. November was a big month for us. Okay. It was because of Black Friday. If you got started in November, you got November, December, January. So you have until the end of the month to qualify. Okay. So if you qualify for manager by the end of the month, now you're making more money. Okay. So you can count up to 50% SP from one planner, meaning 1,500 SP. So if you get started at a 1,500 point package and you recruit somebody to get started at a 1,500 point package, bam, you're manager. Okay. Very simple. Now, monthly, not the first month you hit. So if you hit in January, you don't need to worry about your 3 active customers. Okay. But in February, you're going to need to make sure you get 3 active customers monthly to receive pay. Why is that important? Obviously, we want to get customers. Number 2 is we want to stay in business. The regulators in America are very strict. They do not want to see people getting paid without customer acquisition. Okay. And obviously, same with all of us, right? The thing about manager is you never slide back. So there's no monthly maintenance at manager. You never go back to planner. Okay. Very important. Okay. So when you hit manager, promotions are instant. Okay. So you want to get to manager ASAP to do what? Maximize your earning potential. Very important. Okay. And help all your people do the same thing. Now let's talk about manager rewards. You're going to get 20% commission on the BP of your own personal sales. Okay. You're going to get a rebate of 20% on anything that you personally buy yourself. So if you buy from yourself, you're going to get 20% rebate. Remember, that'd be 10% cash, 10% free product credit. Okay. Why do people like that? You don't get taxed on product credit, right? And you know you need products. It's like you're never going to be in a position where you have too many products. Chris and I just bought, my partner Chris, we just bought 40 Boo Say Boo and X creams. Okay. Cost us about $5,000. Why do we want to do that? Because that's our recruiting tool. And last night, I'm like, dang, man, we've already gone through like 10 of them. And we got that at the end of last month. We want to get our top retailer bonus. And we were like, this is kind of a no-brainer, right? We actually bought them as my wife bought it as a customer because she's such a sweetheart. But so you're going to get a 10% override on your level one planners, okay? Personal BP. So whatever your level one planners BP is, whatever they buy or sell, you're going to get 10%, okay? And then on your level two planners, in this side of the program, you're not going to earn. But over here in the Unilevel, you will if you get 1,000 in personal BP. Now, SP. Okay. So let's talk about this. When you recruit a manager, you're going to get a 5% override on a manager. Okay. Because they're at the same rank as you. It's basically called a sponsorship commission. They're at the same rank as you. So if you're a manager and you got a frontliner that's a manager, you don't need to support them too much. You need to focus on when you first get in Riman, all you need to do is start getting customers and customer getters. That's it. We don't want you trying to duplicate and be working with brand new people under all these people. Let your team leader do that, okay? And leverage your team leader until you become a team leader. Now watch this. Your Unilevel bonus, which is what? You guys remember? Think about this. Unilevel is what, right? How much? 1,000 SP, we talked about earlier, and 10 lifetime what? Customers, okay? So you're going to get 5% on your level one and 5% on your level two. So let's look at it. Let's give you guys some examples. Hypothetically, say you acquired 15 customers at 200 BP on 200 BP on average. Okay, that's 3,000 BP. 20%, you're at $600. That's nice. Okay, and you're going to get a 5%, and you're going to get your 5% retail bonus of 150. You're at $750 just for doing that. So I need you guys to think like business people. Okay. This is an equity ownership position. What does equity ownership position mean? This means that this business is willable and it's transferable. Okay. I've had people that override huge organizations sell their business. Okay. Somebody sold it for $10,000. They didn't really do anything with it, but they sponsored one person who went to work. So they ended up selling their position to somebody for $10,000, right? Because they had already a big organization. So you got to realize it's an actual business. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about this. Okay. When you own an equity ownership position, that's great to own a business. Now, if I own a traditional business, what's the average profit, a good profit to make on a business? Okay. If you are making 7% profit on your business, you're winning big. Okay. Now, that business in America is going to cost you about $100,000 on average. Okay. So if you own a business for $100,000, you invest $100,000 to get a business that pays you 7% profit. Here at Riman, you're getting 20% profits on all the customers you introduce as a manager. That's nice. That's a very good business. Okay. Now let's talk about overrides. Okay. Remember, Unilevel, you're going to get a 5% override on your level one planners on their purchases, right? I'm just going to show level one. Okay. Obviously on level two, good things are going to happen as well. But okay, let's hypothetically say you have two level one planners that acquire 15 customers each. That's 200 BP. That's 6,000. You're going to earn 10% if you're knocking out your Unilevel, you're going to earn 10% as a manager. That's $600. Plus, if you get your Unilevel qualifications, you're getting additional 300. You're getting 900 total for helping two people in your organization acquire customers. Can you imagine that? How cool is that? Like, that's ridiculous. Okay. Ridiculous. Now let's talk about senior manager qualifications. How do you become a senior manager? Very important. Okay. 6,000 in SP. Okay. That's from anything that you buy or sell. Okay. And your level one planners buy or sell within a 3 consecutive month period. Okay. So if you join in November, your 3 months is when? January. Okay. So guess what? You can count up to 50% from one planner. So if you get started and you have 3,000 SP and you recruit somebody that gets started with 3,000 SP, right? If you, when I got started, I got started as a C. I bought four 1,500 point packs. Why did I do that? Because I was about to invest $7 million into my own business. You guys understand that? And I was looking to not even make a profit for 5 years. And I'm like, dude, I get started here. They're going to give me like senior manager pay. And I know I'm going to need the products. You know what I mean? Like hello, like you're like 1,500 point set is not going to take care of all your, you know what I mean? All your needs for the rest of your life. Right. So I'm like, it's kind of a no brainer. Now, I don't encourage people to do that. For me, it was a no brainer because I was about to invest 7 million into a business. Right. But most people, it's a little bit too much for them. Don't worry about that. Okay. I don't ever encourage anybody to do that unless they're kind of really business savvy. Normal people, like when I got started in this business, like my company to get started was $1,295 when I was 17 years old. Okay. And we didn't even get products for that. Okay. So what I want you to understand is you never fall into qualifications. You need 3 active customers, obviously, to get your monthly pay. If you hit in January, you don't need your customers in January. It's your first, your next month, right? So understand senior manager promotions are instant. Okay. Go senior manager ASCP to maximize your earning potentials. That's called a no-brainer. Okay. Now let's talk about something cool. Now you're getting 30% BP on your sales. Okay. Someone was like, what, dude? It's not 30%, it's 25%. I said, trust me, I've been doing this business for a couple of years now at a pretty high level. I understand this comp plan. You're getting 25% on your customers, plus you get a 5% open line bonus. Okay. Which is anything in your organization. So question is this: what's 25% plus 5%? 30%. So that's why it's 30%. Okay. And then you're going to get your rebate. Okay. Bonuses available as well. So watch this. On your level one recruits, you're going to get 20% override on your level one planners. Okay. So whatever they sell or buy, you're getting 20%. How much? 20%. Okay. Now, when you sponsor a manager, you're going to get a 10% override on your level one managers. Okay. On all their BP, anything they buy or sell. Okay. As a senior manager, on your senior managers, you're going to get a 5% override on whatever they do whenever they buy or sell, the BP of their personal sales. You guys all sticking with me? Okay. I hope so. Okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're following me. If I'm boring you to death, I'll take my coat off and we'll start having some fun. Now, you're going to also get a 5% open line bonus. Now, outside of these bonuses, where it's already been added to that, on level two, right? On level two and beyond, you're getting a 5% override. And then obviously your unilevel bonus is now 5%, 5%, 3%, 3%. Now, how do you get your unilevel? 1,000 in SP a month and 10 lifetime customers. Okay. We all know that. Okay. Lifetime customers, you get them one time and you got them for life. That's why they're called lifetime. Let's talk about senior manager. Let's imagine that you were out there making it happen. Okay. And many senior managers are doing this. Okay. In America, we are on fire with customer acquisition. We got super sellers like I've never seen. You acquire 15 customers at 200 BP on average. Okay. That would be 300 BP times 30%. You're at $900. Plus, if you're getting your 5%, that'll get you your 5% retail bonus. That's an additional 150. You're at $1,050 now for getting what? 15 customers. Nate, you understand why you want to be a senior manager ASAP? Right? We talked about it. Okay. You're getting way more money. A lot's good, more is better, but too much is just right. Now, watch this. You're going to get 20% override on all your level one planners. So, hypothetically speaking, let's say you have 5 level one planners that acquire 15 customers each at 200 BP. That's 15,000, right? BP. You're getting 20%. That's 3,000. Plus, you're getting 5% on the Unilevel bonus. That's 750. Now you're making what? 3750 just for helping 5 people share the products. Do you see why this is so exciting? Okay. Now watch this. Let's say you have beyond your level one. Let's say that you've got a collective 1,500 level 2 and beyond open line planners. Okay. And let's imagine that they acquired 10 customers at 300 BP. That's going to be what? 45,000 in BP. 5% of that, right? Guess what? You're looking good. Look at what's happening, right? Like, think about this. And 35,000 times 5%. You're at 35,000, right? at 5%, you're at basically 45,000. I'm sorry, 45,000. You're at 2250 plus whatever you make on your Unilevel, which is going to be between 5 to 3% as long as they're within your 6 levels. Okay. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The type of income you can earn on that 5% extra override. Okay. Now let's talk about team leader qualifications because this is where the big bucks are. Okay. Trust me on that. This is where I started making big money, like really big money. How do you hit it? You need 3 senior managers and 3 separate legs. Our organization teaches 10. Okay. Now, obviously, if you get 10, you're going to be a senior manager before you get 10 legs. Okay. But let's say you get there with 3, 4, 5 legs. You still want to get your 10 legs. Okay. And we taught this to all the people in Mexico, and it was like every month we've got like our Mexico team is just dominating. Okay. And we taught them 10 legs, 10 legs. We were so adamant about it whenever we launched our Mexico organization. And all the team leaders are just cashing in big. Okay. So 50,000 SP within 5 months. Okay. In your entire organization, no more than 25,000 from one line. Okay. 10,000 open line SP monthly maintenance. Okay. Why is that important? Because you want your team leaders doing something, right? We don't want to have people hit team leader and not do anything, right? You want people doing something. You want them making money. You guys see that? You want to get, now you need 5 active customers monthly to receive pay. And if you get promoted, it's not instant like senior manager. Okay. How do you become a team leader? It's monthly. So by 11:59 p.m. Pacific, no matter where you are in the world, that's the pay period deadline. 11:59 Pacific, the last day of the month is the deadline for promotion. Okay. And you'll become a team leader starting the next month on the 1st. So if you're a team leader right now today's the what? 14th. You'll still be a senior manager until the 1st, right? So this is what drives massive amounts of closing at the end of the month. End of the month close is insane because of this, because everybody wants to be a team leader. Everybody's running for team leader in Riman. There's not anybody not running for team leader. Okay. So how do you become a team leader? Okay. Once again, 50,000 SP, no more than 25,000, 3 senior manager legs. And then you really want to get 10. Okay. So let's talk about how this looks. You're going to get 40% BP sales, okay, on your personal sales, and then 40% rebate as well. Okay. Plus you can get the retail bonus. Okay. That's available to everybody. Now watch this. This is where this is exciting. Okay. On your level 1 planners, you're going to make 30%. Okay. On your level 1 managers, you're going to make 20%. On your level 1 senior managers, you're going to get 10%. And then you're going to get an override on your entire organization anywhere between 5 to 30%. Okay. Let me explain how this works. Plus, you're going to get 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3. This is beautiful. Okay. And then also, just so you know, you get basically your matching bonus. We'll talk about that. So on your level 1, let's say you sign up a planner that signs up a planner, signs up a planner. You're getting a 40% differential on your entire organization. So if this planner gets started, they're going to make 10% on whatever they sell or buy in the form of rebate or cash. You're going to earn a 30% override. Okay. If they sponsor planner, this planner gets 10. The sponsor planner, how much do they get? 5. So how much is left over? 25%. Bam, that goes to the team leader. Level 3, same thing. Planner, 10, 5. What's the difference? 25. Boom, goes to you. Level 4, same thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, doesn't matter. Anywhere in your organization, whatever's not paid out on 40% is going to go to you. Watch this. This is unbelievable. Plus, obviously, you get your Unilevel bonus. Hello. Now, if you have a manager on your level 1, you're going to get a 20% override. Why? Because they're going to make what? 20%. Okay. Now, when they sponsor planner is going to get what? They're going to get 10. The manager is going to get the difference of 20, which is 10. Okay. So you're going to earn 20 on them. Now, when this planner comes in, this planner gets 10. Their sponsor, the level 2 person, is going to get what? 5. And you're going to get what? 25%. When they sign up a planner, same thing, 25%. When they sign up a planner, it's 25%. Remember, you're getting the differential of 40% on your entire organization down to your next team leader. This is huge. Okay. Plus, you're going to get that Unilevel. Bing bong. How do you get that Unilevel? 1,000 SP every single month, no matter what. 10 lifetime customers. That's what I love because it drives everybody to get off their behind. Okay. We call it Goya, which is get off your, you know what I mean? So instead, let's say behind, it'd be Goya. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Anyways, let's go. So senior managers, they're going to get 30%. You're getting the difference of 40, which is what? 10%. They sign up a planner. This planner gets 10. They're going to get the 20%. You're going to get 10. When they sign up a planner, understand this planner in level three gets what? They get 10%, the sponsor gets 5%, and the senior manager gets 5%. So you're going to get 20%. When they sign up a planner, 20%. They sign up a planner, 20%. Okay. Plus, you're going to get your Unilevel bonus, 1,000 SP, boom, boom, boom. And obviously, your 10 lifetime customers get them one time, one and done. Here we go. So let's talk about rewards. Okay. Hypothetically, let's say you have 100 open line planners that acquire 15 customers each. That's 200 BP. Okay. Let's say you're averaging 15% because some of them are sponsored by senior managers, some are sponsored by planners. So whatever. That's about 45,000 open line plus whatever you make on that unit level, which is going to be ridiculous. Okay. Because you're going to make 5, 5, 3, whatever. Okay. And I'm giving you a low number, 15% hypothetical. Like that's an average. Can you imagine if you made 45,000 a month? That's just by helping 100 open line planners acquire 15 customers each at 200 BP. You see how smart that is? Customer acquisition, baby. So there's a huge opportunity there for you to do what? Make substantial income as long as you're willing to go to work. Okay. And we're allowed to build it as big as we want. Now, let me explain the leadership match bonus because this is the most amazing match bonus I've ever seen in our profession. Okay. When you are a team leader and you promote somebody to team leader or higher, they could be a director, senior director, national director. You're going to earn 40% match bonus on their differential payout, their unilevel payout, and if they're a director or higher, their extra percentages, because there's an extra 7% going out to the directors and higher. Okay. So you can make a substantial income as a team leader, mainly if you help somebody pass you up, right? Now, when they recruit a team, whenever they produce a team leader, okay, they're going to get 40%, right? Because that's their level one, but they're going to be your level two. Now, guess what? You're getting 20% of that team leader, okay? So now 60% is getting paid out to you and your generation one. It's not level one, it's generation one. So if somebody gets started and they don't do much, that doesn't do much, it doesn't do much, and then all of a sudden some hot shot comes in on level 6, boom, right? Or level 4, level whatever, that's going to be your generation one. Now, watch this. Whenever that person creates a team leader hire, now you're getting 10%. So when you duplicate leadership, watch out. Now, when you're a director, you got to do what? You got to do what? You got to make it happen. Okay. Now you're getting paid an extra 5% on generation 4. Senior director, 5% on generation 5. National director, 5% on generation 6. This is such a big piece of our payout. It's absolutely phenomenal. Okay. Our checks, that's where the biggest portion of my checks come from. Okay. In being a national director is all matching bonus, right? You see how much it's just like absolutely amazing. So let's say that you are a team leader and you create 5 team leaders on generation 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs of team leaders. You want 10, but once you get 5, say they're averaging about 10,000 a month. Okay. Maybe somebody's doing a little bit more, somebody's doing a little bit less, whatever. You're going to get 40% on that 10,000, which is 20,000. Jackpot. Do you guys see that? Like that's substantial. Okay. 20,000 a month for helping 5 people make 10. Jackpot. I mean, I love this comp plan. Now, generation 2, if those 5 do the same thing, now you got 25 team leaders averaging 10%, you're getting 20%. That's 50,000. Watch out now. I love this portion of the comp plan. And then you help them. We help everybody win big. They do the same thing. 525 is 125. They're averaging 10%, or they're averaging 10,000. You're getting 10% on that. That's 125,000. So you just build 525, 125. You're making 195,000 a month. This is where the money's at, is developing leaders. Because if people are making money and you're making money, let's go. Because it's all about getting money paid out to you and your organization. That's what I try to do, right? And just think, like we got 8 legs, 8 legs of senior directors and directors. Can you imagine? I'm showing you 5. We got 8 legs of senior directors and directors. Can you imagine? This portion of our pay plan, our comp plan, this is where we're making all of our big money from. So let me explain to you guys how it works. Your team leader team commissions are going to look like this, depending on how wide you go. If you go 3 wide on senior managers, it's probably going to look like this. If you go 10 wide, it'll never drop down, right? Because you always got stuff cooking. Okay. So that's why you always want to go 10 wide on senior managers. Because when you break a team leader, that first time. Now what's going to happen is you're going to start getting team leader match bonus, right? So your match bonus is going to start kicking in. But as time progresses, it takes off as you start duplicating more leadership. Now watch this. Then you got your Unilevel that's consistently growing. So this is how we have 3 checks over time. And that's why you got to commit. Now, we have a convention coming up in the United States, and there's also one coming up soon in Asia. You want to make sure you're a team leader before the convention. Okay. Number one, new team leaders, you're going to get to go to the party. Okay. You get to go to the party. So you want to get to team leader. Okay. ASAP. We have Anaheim coming up in about 45 days. I mean, not Anaheim, Long Beach. It's going to be so much fun. That convention center is beautiful. So understand that. Okay. Now, Thursday, we've got an overview with Leah Lavoie. She's got the most amazing story you've ever heard in your life about perseverance and dealing with problems. When you hear her story, you'll say to yourself, I got no problems. Doesn't matter what you're going through right now. I'm telling you what, Leah's going through it. And she just remains to make it happen. She's an amazing director out of Canada, has got an unbelievable solid customer base. She gets everybody on her team qualified for the Unilevel. And then obviously Chris Kim, the GOAT. I mean, he's the best recruiter I've ever seen in my profession. He's so amazing, and he's going to share with you guys, and Leah's going to share with your guest everything they need to know about the Riman opportunity. 6 p.m. Pacific. You guys know if you're in Asia what time that is. And then Friday, Karen Kang's going to be doing the training with me. I've been helping Karen out with doing some of her team calls, and she's like, "Hey, I'll do one for your team." And I'm like, "All right, cool, let's do it." Like we cross promote. She just is I love the way she builds, and never been in this profession. Karen's just an awesome person. She's going to help. She's going to take this business to the next level for many of you. You listen to me, it's like I've been doing this for, 30 plus years. I kind of had a firm grip on how to do this. But you're going to talk to somebody that's about 3 years into the industry, never done this before, is part-time building Riman, is one of the top, actually, last month was the top senior director. And guess what? She's part-time. She's also an investment banker and a single mom. So make sure no matter what, Friday, clear your schedule, be on there. Thursday, get your guest on for that. It's going to be amazing. But as we close out here tonight, I want to tell you right now that this window of opportunity right now that's available to us, it's never going to be better than this. I've never seen a company right now in our profession do what Riman's doing. Nobody. Like, think about this. We know K-Beauty's blowing up. We all agree. Nobody disagrees. Think about this. Do you know how many K-Beauty companies? This is a fact. Okay. Chairman An said it on the global broadcast. We said in Korean, so I missed it. Danny Bay was like, "Did you catch that?" I'm like, "No, I can't read fast enough." He said, "There is no company that grows their ingredients." We have a 160,000 square foot smart farm on Jeju Island where we grow our hero ingredients. Nobody's doing that. Do you guys understand how big that is? Okay. Because when you buy raw materials from somebody, you're just praying that they're good. So we create our own products. Nobody's doing that. Like, no company does that, guys. Then guess what? We got our own resort. Who's doing that? Nobody. I've been in this industry for 30 years. I've never met a company that has a resort. Never heard of it. And we're just getting started. Nobody knows about this company yet. Like, literally nobody knows about it. Like, you could knock on 3 neighbors' doors, and if you haven't introduced them to it yet, they don't know about it. Okay. And I'm not telling you to go knock on doors, but you understand my point. Nobody knows about this. This company is growing like wildfire through a dry brush field. Ireland opening. Think about that. Ireland. Those people have skin. We got Spain opening. Spain opening first. Ireland. I think Ireland and Spain might be the same time. And then we got Italy opening a few weeks later. We got Colombia about to happen. First is going to be Chile, Peru, Colombia. Those are 6 new countries that we're opening up, right, in March. Do you guys get what's going on here? Now somebody goes, "Well, I don't know anybody in those countries." Well, start building your business, and you'll find some people that know some people. Okay, I see one of our top guys on here, the number 1 director in Southeast Asia, right? I see him on here, Chanvin Chan. He's from Malaysia. I'm going to tell you something that maybe you don't realize how dumb I am. I didn't even know Malaysia was a country. You guys understand that? And it was only a country like 50 years ago or something. You understand? Like he's out there being the number one. I didn't know nobody in Malaysia. I didn't even know Malaysia was a country. And guess what? Blowing it up out there. Can you imagine what's going to happen? We're going to take this thing to every corner of the world. Yeah, we're going to do 50 countries in the next 5 years, but guess what? We're still going to open up countries after that. And you don't have to know nobody in those countries. I'm literally a kid that was raised and born and raised in Indiana. You understand where Indiana is? We're talking about if you're from Indiana too, you know it's true. But it's like we're talking about the butt crack of America. You understand what I'm saying? It's like nobody wants to go to Indiana unless you're a corn eater. But it's like, how did I be able to build a business all over the world? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't speak Chinese. Do you guys get what I'm saying? But last month in Hong Kong, we did over $1 million in volume, $1 million in SP out of Hong Kong. And I speak the language. Why is that important? Because I just build my business. I just talk to people, talk to people, talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. I don't worry about trying to find somebody that speaks another language. I'm not like, oh, I got to find somebody that speaks Spanish. Right? I just got to go talk to people. And somebody's going to know somebody that speaks Spanish. So I'm just telling you right now, this window of opportunity right now that's available, it'll never be recreated again. It'll never be duplicated again. Imagine Thailand's about to open up. Do you think Jerry and Jane Louie are jacked about that? They know everybody in Thailand. Australia? Do you know their skin in Australia? Jackpot. Like we are on the cusp of blowing this thing to like nobody's ever seen, blowing this thing up. You don't think we're going to be in Indonesia soon? Hello, people with skin over there. You better believe it. Just understand this. Don't let this moment in time slip through your fingertips. Don't let this window of opportunity pass you by. What I'd be thinking about if I were you is one major thing. I got to get to team leader. Now, if you're a team leader, guess what I'd be thinking? I got to create team leaders. I got to create team leaders. I got to duplicate team leaders. Okay. This is going to be so big. Do you guys know the people in the Philippines got skin? You know how many Filipinos there are? There's a many. There's a ton. There's tons of Filipino people. Think about that. What happened if you knew a Filipino person that had skin in the Philippines? Somebody goes, how would I find a Filipino person? Start talking to nurses. Go on a nurse recruiting spree, and all nurses are going to know a couple Filipino people, okay? Because so many people that are nurses are what? Filipino, right? Because why? They have the biggest hearts in the world, man. They love helping people. So just understand this. You can do it. You can make it happen, okay? You can get the job done. But you got to be thinking to yourself, over, under, or through. This is my time. You got to be thinking to yourself, guess what, right? This is my chance. I'm not going to let this window of opportunity pass me by. Nobody knows about this right now. Nobody, okay? I'm telling you guys right now, I've been early in companies, but never this early, okay? Never this early. When I got started in Riman, we didn't even have an English customer service person for a few weeks. And then we got one, and she's like, this guy, Tim's crazy, and quit. You know what I mean? It took a while until Nikki and Chantel came over until we really had customer service in English because people were like, this guy, Tim, is too crazy. You guys so what I'm telling you right now is first mover's advantage is real. Right now, this is first mover's advantage. Think about what I'm telling you. We got wow factor products, first mover's advantage, and we're doing things that have never been done. We got 20 patents. What? 20 patents. What? 20 patents. What? You guys know there's skin in Japan? We just opened up Japan. Guys, we're doing this thing. UK right now is blowing up. Japan right now is bigger than a lot of our countries that we build in. Japan's on fire right now for us. Do you guys know that there's people in Japan that have skin that are dying to look sexier? And guess what? Boom, we got the sexy sauce, right? We're making everybody look better. So all I'm telling you right now is talk to more people. That's it. Somebody goes, Tim, what should I do right now? TTMP. Talk to more people. That's the secret of this business. What do? Talk to a lot of people. What? And I don't care if they say yes or no. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I don't care if they say yes or no. Somebody says yes, great. Somebody says no, great. If they said no, that means I'm gonna call them back in about 3 to 6 weeks. Okay. And if they say no to looking, I don't even stop calling them. You're at least gonna look at this. I owe it to you to what? Show it to you. I cannot sleep at night if I don't at least show you what I'm doing. I don't care if you do it or not, it doesn't make a difference to me, but it'll make a difference to you if you don't at least take a look. Because once you understand that you're going to the top, once you understand that you're going to become a success, once you understand that you're going to make it happen, and once you understand, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to win. Once you understand I'm going to the top, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to be a success. I'm going to change my family's financial future forever. I know I'm going to do that. Once you know that, once you know, hey, I'm going to change my family tree forever, you feel obligated. You feel a sense of responsibility to talk to everybody about it. Somebody says, I don't have time. Well, you better start talking to people because not having time is not nowhere you want to be. I had somebody tell me the other day, I don't have any time. I'm like, dang, I got 24. What'd you get? You got like 16 hours? You understand? Like, all we got to do is talk to more people. How do you talk to people? Nonstop. You know, that's it. Get people on the call tomorrow with Chris and Leah. What's going to happen? Jackpot, you're going to win big. So let's make a commitment in our mind, make a commitment in our heart. This is it. This is our time. This is our chance. We're going all out. I'll see you guys. I'm going to be back Friday. Hope to hang out with you guys on Friday because me and Karen Kang are about to blow the doors off the hinges. And then guess what? Guess what? You'll love this. Okay. Thursday, best opportunity presentation of all time. Chris Kim, dude's on straight fire. He's on straight fire. Like, it's unbelievable what he's doing right now. So don't let this moment in time pass you by. Let's go all out massive action. Let's lock arms. Let's all go to the top together. Let's not let anybody get left behind. God bless you guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys had some fun. And we'll see you guys all together at the top. Let's go.